Hello everyone. All right, so you can see that I'm dressed for very cold temperatures up here in BC, Canada right now. It is 0 degrees today. So when I purchased my home, the people that had it before had installed some very nice red cedar trim on the outside, but they did not put any weather stripping on. So it has created a 1/4-inch gap all the way around my garage door that allows wind and cold air to come inside and make it very unfavorable in here. So I went down to my local hardware store and I picked up a weather stripping kit. That kit that I'm going to be installing today, I've already opened up one package, is called a Climaloc system. It consists of a vinyl piece of weather stripping attached to a plastic casing that holds it and screws to my trim on the outside. So the Climaloc system that I bought comes in an 8-foot section. You can buy longer sections. I think I've seen them in 10 and 12. Plus all the other different weather stripping kits come in all kinds of different lengths. You can pretty much do it seamless if you want, but because I have a small car, I wound up buying 8-foot lengths to make it easier for transportation. So the first thing I'm going to do is measure out the distance that I'm going to have to make two pieces. 8 feet is pretty about there. So I'm a little bit off center of my door by about 1 inch, which is fine. That's what we're going to stick with. Just check this side now. See roughly what I've got over here. And I've got probably about 94 inches is what I'm going to be looking at. So your kit will include 1 dozen of those Phillips head screws. I'm opting out of using these, and I'll show you why. I'm going to be using these number 8 Robertson 5/8 screws. You can see they've got quite a bit more aggressive threading on them. What that'll do is it will just allow it to have that much more grip inside that wood. If you look at this end, our vinyl is flush, and on the other end, our vinyl actually extends past it. Now, you're going to have to trim this off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it into my shop and I'm going to use my compound miter to trim that up. But you can use a knife to trim the vinyl, and if you have to cut the plastic, you can always use a hacksaw. Now, if you're going to be using the compound miter, you're going to want to be going through this slow. If you go through it too fast, what can wind up happening is you can cause this hard plastic to break and chip off. Okay, we'll get our first screw ready. And we'll just position this up here to see what it's going to be like. We want the lip to basically be on about a 45-degree angle against your. So now that I've established my distance that I want to be up against the garage door, I'm just going to measure from the back side out to here, and I've basically got 5 1/2 or 5 9/16. So from now on, I'm just going to go along keeping it nice and straight, and hopefully it's tight against the garage door at 5 9/16. If I need to correct it slightly and push it a little bit more towards the door as I go along, I will. Alright, so as I've gone along here, I've already noticed that my garage door is a bit concave. The outer sides are pretty much touching, and my distance is 5 9/16. But as I get closer and closer to the center of the door, I can see that it is going in, so I'm having to adjust slightly with my seal. I think this last screw, I'm more at 5 3/4, unfortunately, but it's more about maintaining a seal than it is about having that perfectly straight all the way down. So you may have to make those adjustments as you go along based on the way that your door is shaped. Alright, so now I'm just going to go back and put the screws in all of the spots that I haven't already installed them. This is the plastic cover that they give you that covers up all those screws so you don't have to look at them. And it just snaps into place. And there we go. See right there, there's the seam. The seal itself, there's a little bit of a gap there that I'll put some silicone on. But you can see it's very tight right up top here. The back side of this actually has a seal that presses up against your trim and does not allow any air to get past this case. All right, let's move on to the sides. So we'll just take a measurement from bottom concrete up to that case, and we're at 81 5/8. Now, as I'm working my way down, I am going to take a tape measure and rough and dirty try and maintain distance from the outside of my trim to the edge of that case, but it is going to be slightly different from the top here all the way down to the bottom. It's probably going to vary by about 1/4 of an inch due to the fact that this upper part of the door sits in slightly compared to the bottom. Alright, so my measurement up here is 5 1/2, and then right there I'm already at 5 3/16. By the time I get to the bottom, I'm going to be a lot closer to about 5 inches. And we'll just see where we're at. So down here we are 5 1/4, and up here we're a lot less. So it appears as though the bottom of my door is pushing in a little bit as well. But we definitely want to make sure we maintain that seal all the way along. I can see I have a slight bend here that I'm probably going to have to correct in the door itself so that this here seals up tight. Alright everyone, that's going to complete the installation of the Climaloc garage door weather seal kit. I'm very happy with how aesthetically pleasing it is, as well as the ease of the installation and how tightly it fits against my garage door. This should greatly change the temperature inside my shop by not allowing the warm air to escape and cold air to enter. And so if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, leave some comments, share